Hello. I'm back over to the garage here. I had a little tire problem. Tire's getting a little thin in the skin, so my son said stop on over and we'll handle that. And I said that sounds like a plan, because I have the habit of putting things like that off, and all it does is bite me later on. So I took the initiative with a little persuasion of my better half, and I made it here, and we took care of that problem. So yeah, not the best looking, but it has good tread on it now. So I might as well show you what's going on here. My son's working on the 2-lane blacktop tribute car, and he had this down to the bare metal here somewhat, so he primered that back, so she's looking a little bit different. And he just pulled the front wheels off because they're sold supposedly, and he has a few deals in the making here going on with some parts that's going to be changed on this car, from what we understand. He wants to put a tilt nose on it, as I told you in a previous segment, or I think he mentioned it, and I think he's putting a glass deck lid on it now. I think that's a go, and that was kind of up in the air before, so I'll find out for sure if I'm right about that. You have a glass lid coming for this?
Not yet. I'm gonna order it though.
Oh, you're getting one though, definitely though, right?
I want to, yeah.
Okay. So instead of a secondhand information, you get it from the direct connection right there. Oh, and I might as well show you this. The forgotten coupe that you guys seen a few times, Gary's car. Adam's been working on that, and I think he put a cell in it and a battery box, and he's working on the fuel line and things like that. So a little bit to keep you busy, that's for sure.
Ready? You want to see something cool?
Oh yeah, show us. That's amazing.
Yeah. When's the last time that worked?
Well, that's a big deal because that trunk did not work before.
It's still not finished. I gotta put more bolts and stuff on it.
Ah, look at this. I'm jealous. Well, I never had a battery box that nice.
It's actually cheap. I think that whole kit's like $120 or something.
Yeah?
On eBay, yeah, it comes with the wire. The fittings they give you are cheap, but
That's a nice battery box. 120 bucks.
yeah, the box, the wire, they give you a ground cable.
Now, the only reason I don't like a metal box because I always thought they could arc. That's my own thing. People's like, oh, they like the metal battery boxes, but I always said that the plastic ones would never arc out if the battery ever
They give you like
got flipped
cheap,
over.
cheap terminal. So that's got to be changed before he gets the car.
Well, when you buy them at the auto parts store, they're cheap too.
Yeah, the
So-
auto parts store ones are better than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'd rather an auto parts store one.
So, on a down note, Adam here just got his wheels for his back, and we're a little bit disappointed. I haven't saw him in person yet, but we're going to take a walk over here and we're going to look at them because he paid good money to have these professionally done. And as you can see, these are not any better than we could have done with a spray can. They're supposed to be chrome, a chrome powder coat, I believe. That's what he had done. And they're for the 55 right there. And they're powder coated.
Yeah, they're powder coated chrome.
Powder coated chrome. So that was like a little setback.
Look at that chrome. Look at that.
Boy, don't blind me. I
You can really see your reflection in that
Yeah.
bad boy, huh?
So
Let alone, you know.
the bad downside to
I'm not
this.
sure what's more impressive, the shine, the reflection you got, or the orange peel in the wheel.
Right. The bad part of this whole deal is supposedly the guy's a nice guy.
He was a nice guy, but
But how,
I'd be a nice guy too if somebody was paying me $150 for that job.
yeah, that's the whole thing. It don't matter how nice somebody is when they hand off work like this. How do you build a reputation like that?
And it looks like he does good work out of the shop. I've seen some of the cars. There's beautiful cars in there. There's cars getting body work done. Like the cars that were there were like, it's all older stuff. Like probably pre-1980, all the way down into the 40s.
Well, it don't help your situation. Maybe something happened here that was off the wall, but it don't help the fact that it happened to you, and you can't use them like this unless you just want to.
Like I'm going to set them on the car to see how they look, but they're not staying like that. They got to be stripped down and redone.
Yeah,
I'd rather have them.
we could do this ourselves.
I think we could have did better.
Well, it would have been better. That's my point. People say sometimes you need to get stuff professionally done, but that's professionally done, and that's a disappointment. That happens.
I tried to do this the right way. Everybody wonders why I'm cheap and I do stuff on my own and it comes out like subpar. That's why. Right there. That's why it's not worth me going to a shop to have stuff done like that. Or I'll take it to a buddy.
I was talking to a friend of mine about
My buddy
this.
showed me what chrome powder coat looks like.
Yeah, it looks.
And it's not that.
No, it looks almost chrome.
Yeah.
I was just talking to a friend of mine about this whole kind of situation the other day, and it's hard to get what you expect.
It's hard to get
from
quality
companies.
work.
And it's
I
just
said
how it
today
is.
in one of our chats on Facebook with my buddies, I said I'm about to start doing roll cages and stuff like this because if that's the work people expect, I could do that all day.
Well, the thing is, you actually put pride and you care when you do something.
If I see a wrinkle in something that I painted for a customer, I have to strip it back down and redo it.
I know.
I can't. Or I have to tell the customer, like, look, this is why it's turning out this way. This is the reason it's doing this, whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know if you remember those valve covers I did for the LS.
Yeah.
How many times did I strip them things because the paint wouldn't take?
And well, that
I actually
was.
lost money on that. I did them for $50, and I had more in paint than I did making any money.
Yeah, that was a situation that bit you right there.
And they still didn't come out perfect, and I had to tell him that. I had to say, yeah, they're still not perfect, but he was happy with it.
Yeah, they still look good though. They just weren't up to your standards, how we want things to really look.
Well, he was happy with them. He goes, yeah, they look good. I'm good, man. Thanks.
Well, they did look good. They just weren't. We like things a little bit better than average when we do stuff. But sometimes you can't tell that, but we do. But anyway, these wheels.
It's different.
Getting back to these things. This guy, on a professional note, he knows not to hand something off like that, and it's a little disappointing that somebody would
Even if you're
do
not
that.
professional, I think you know better than to hate
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Like that's like somebody who's 18 just started powder coating, and it's like, yeah, man, here, and they think they did a good job. But $80 a wheel?
Well, I could do something for
That's not
free.
$80 a wheel.
I could do something for free, and I would be embarrassed to hand that to my friend,
Yeah.
even with a paint can. That's
The thing is,
the whole thing.
if we did this for free for somebody, they would complain.
Yeah.
And I didn't say a word. I just wanted to leave the shop. I was like, I
Yeah.
saw them. I was really disappointed. I think you could tell. Because, like, my face went from, like, excited to just, like...
Yeah.
Gabby thought I was kidding. She goes... She thought I was just, like, exaggerating. And then she saw them, and she goes, no way. And she was sitting in the car, and I had them like this. I said, these are it. And she goes, no way. You can't be serious. She goes, you paid for that? I said, yeah. But what do you do when somebody takes their time to do something? Because even if it took him 5 minutes, which it looks like a rush job, But even if it took him 5 minutes, I still have to pay the guy because that's his business.
Yeah, unless he had a problem with the cold, but that looks like a prep deal to me.
I mean,
This,
you could tell me that.
this
Like, hey man, look, these wheels aren't taken right.
Yeah.
You know, I put time into them and effort trying
they
to
look
get 'em
like they
right.
just were not prepped. And
Well, that looks even worse than what they look like in person on that screen, but probably does it justice, to be honest with you.
yeah, it does. Yeah. But anyway, guys, I don't want to bore you too much with this. This is one of them deals. We all run into these problems, and I thought I'd share it with YouTube because there's always two sides to every story. But when it's your hard-earned money and you're paying for something, and then
Well, the main thing
Turns
is
out like
I
that.
put Those wheels were $40, which is cheap. That's cheap for them wheels, $40. He told me 80 a piece to powder coat them, which I was cool with. Because I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just leave them there and have him do the whole thing and just pick them up and they'll be done. I don't have to worry about stripping them because he said he was going to sandblast them, the whole deal.
yeah, I don't
If he
think.
did sandblast them, I'd be surprised. I think he wiped them down, got the dirt and dust off of them, and hit them.
I think he left some dirt on there too.
But
But
but for that price, I should have just spent the $40, picked them up, and did it myself. Because now I got $200 into a set of wheels that now I have to have refinished. Where I could have just spent the $40, picked them up, and then had somebody finish them.
yeah, not trying to say we do anything above average, but we could have. They would look a lot better than that if we'd done them just with cheap paint and
Yeah, with a $15 spray can.
yeah,
I would have did both wheels.
yeah. Well, anyway, guys, that's our little dilemma for today, and it's a little disappointing. Like I said, real time here, real emotions, and we've all been there, I think, one time or another. Anybody to do with cars. Hello. I think we've all had them problems, and it's unfortunate. And it isn't just a money factor, it's a disappointment when you have something you're trying to do to make the car look better. And then you get that kind of work. Especially when you already want it to be chrome and you're settling for powder coated, kind of a chrome look in the first place. So, a little bit disappointing. But anyway, thanks for watching. It's dark here. I hope you can see me. And I'll keep you up to date on this here car. The 55. He has plans with the engine in mind. I'll talk to you more about that later on when we get closer to that. And there's a few other things going on here. We want to get the green car back together. So a lot to talk about, but more than talking about, we need to get it done. So with that, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Take care.